Hello everyone, I am Manu. I am here to present a topic about oligopoly. The term oligopoly comes from the Greek word oligos and polis and means literally few sellers. Oligopoly is a common form of the market structure in modern economic system. Price determination under oligopoly. Oligopoly is the market situation in which the number of firms small, but each firm in the industry takes into consideration the reaction of the rival firms in the formulation of the price policy. The number of firms in an industry may be 2 or more than 2, but not more than 20. Thus, in oligopoly competition, there is a only 2 or more, but not more than 20 sellers. In monopolistic competition, there is only one sellers. These are all example for oligopolistic competition. Cement. Uh, there is a many sellers, and also steel, aluminum, automobiles. Then classification of oligopoly, duopoly. If there are two giant firms in an industry is called duopoly. There are two firms in an industry, that is duopoly. It is further classified as below. First one, perfect or pure duopoly. If the duopolistic uh, in an industry are producing identical product, it is called perfect or pure duopoly. It is an example for identical products. The products are different, not different. We can identify it as same, but the companies are changes. Then imperfect or impure duopoly. If the duopolists in the industries are producing differentiated product, it is called imperfect or impure duopoly. The products are different product producing different products. That is impure or imperfect duopoly. Then oligopoly. Oligopoly, as I said earlier, the meaning of oligopoly. Then it is further classified as below. Perfect or pure oligopoly. If the oligopolists in an industries are producing identical product, it is called perfect or pure oligopoly. It is an example for identical product of oligopoly. Here, the companies are different, but the products are same. Then imperfect or impure oligopoly. If the oligopolistic in the industries are producing differential product, it is called imperfect or impure duopoly. The different uh, the different companies are producing uh, same product, but the quality or quantity may be changed. Then causes of oligopoly. First one, economies of scale. The firm in the industries with heavy investment using improving technology and reaping economies of scale in production, sales, promotion, etc. will compete and stay in the market. If the one industries are with a heavy investment using improving technology, it will compete and stay in the market at longer time. And then next, barriers to entry. In many industries, the new firm cannot enter the market industries as the big firm have ownership of patent or control of essential raw material used in the production of output. The heavy expenditure on advertising by oligopolistic industries may also be financial barriers for the new firm to enter the industries. The many industries, if the new firm cannot enter the industries as the big firm because of it is complex to entry to industries or market. Then merger. If the few firm in the industry smell the danger of entry of new firms, then they immediately merge and formulate a joint policy in the pricing and production of the products. The joint action of the few big firms discourage the entry of new firm into the industries. If the big firm enter to the industries, the small firms immediately merge and formulate the joint policy in the pricing and production of the products, and then they move together. Then mutual interdependence. as the number of the firm in small in an oligopoly industries. Therefore, they keep a strict watch on price charged by rival firms in the industries. The firm generally avoid price war and try to create conditional of mutual independence. ಆ, ಇದಕ್ಕೊಂದು ಎಕ್ಸಾಂಪಲ್ ಅಂದರೆ ಈಗ ರೂರಲ್ ಏರಿಯಾದಲ್ಲಿ ಒಂದು ಎರಡು ಶಾಪ್ ಇದ್ದರೆ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ ಎರಡು ಶಾಪ್ನವರು ಕೂಡ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟನ್ನು ಸೇಮ್ ಪ್ರೈಸಿಗೆ ಸೇಲ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕಾಗುತ್ತೆ. ಇಫ್ ದಿ ಒಂದು ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್ನ ಪ್ರೈಸ್ನ ಜಾಸ್ತಿ ಮಾಡಿದರೆ ಕನ್ಸ್ಯೂಮರ್ ವಿಲ್ ನಾಟ್ ಬೈ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ ಪ್ರಾಡಕ್ಟ್. ಸೊ ದ್ಯಾಟ್ಸ್ ವೈ ದೇ ವಿಲ್ sell the product on same price. Then effect of oligopoly. First one, small output and high prices. As compared with the perfect competition, oligopoly sets the prices at a higher level and output at low level. In the oligopoly competition, it sets the prices at higher level and output at the lower level. Then restrictions on the entry. Like monopoly, there is a restriction on the entry of new firm in an oligopoly industries. Same like monopoly, in here also restriction on entry of new firm to the market. Then price exceed the average cost. Under oligopoly, the firm fixed the price at the level higher than the average cost. In other words, the economic productive capacity is not utilized in the conformity with the consumer preferences. Selling cost. In order to snatch markets from their rivals, the oligopolist firm may engage in aggressive and extensive sales promotion effort by means of advertisement and by changing the design and improving the quality of their products. In order to snatch the market from the other firms, and the another firms will advertise more and change their products designs and implement the quality of their products. Then welfare effect. From the point of view of economic welfare, oligopoly fares fairly badly. The oligopolists push non-price competition beyond the socially desirable limits. Uh, Under the oligopoly, for more and more product selling of products, it will spend more money on advertisement or some activities. It will affect on economy. Then features of oligopoly. Few sellers, interdependence, advertisement, competitions, entry and exit barriers, lack of uniformity. The first one is few sellers. Under oligopoly market, the sellers are few and the customers are many. Few firms dominating the market enjoys a considerable control over the price of products. In oligopolistic market, there is a two or more sellers uh, and uh, and many customers. Then interdependence. In here, the sellers has to be cautious with respects to any action taken by the competing firms. Since there are few sellers in the market, if any firms makes the changes in the price or promotional scheme, all other firms in the industries have to comply with it to remain the in competition. Interdependence is, as I said earlier, the if the two firms in the industries, one firm will increase the price of one product, other firm also will must increase the price of the product because of earning the same profit and selling the same product at same level. Then advertising. Under oligopoly market, every firm advertises their product on frequent basis with their intention to reach more and more customers and increase their customer base. This is due to the advertising that make the competition intense. If the one product wants to sell more and more products, it will the advertisement of that product, and it is make the perfect competition in the market. Then competition. It is genuine that with the few players in the market, there will be an intense competition among the sellers. Any move taken by the few will have a considerable impact on its rivals. Thus, every seller keeps an eye over its rivals and ready with the counter attack. In oligopoly market, there is a few sellers and competitions are small. And next, entry and exit barrier. The firm can easily exit an industry whenever it wants, but has faced to certain barriers to entering into it. The barriers could be government license, patent, large firm, economies of scale, high capital requirement, complex technology, etc. If the firm is wants to exit, it is easy. But if the firm wants to come into market, it is very difficult, complex, because of uh, high capital requirements and government license, patents. Then lack of uniformity. There is a lack of uniformity among the firm in terms of their size. Some are big and some are small. In the oligopoly market, there is two or more sellers in the market. In that, some firms are big and some firms are small. Then demand curve for an oligopoly. If the one firm reduces its price and the other firm in the market do not respond, the firm cutter may substantially increase its sale. This result is depicted by the relatively elastic demand curve DD. If the price decreases from P1 to P2, the demand curve along demand curve is DD, and increase from sales from Q1 to Q2, the customers take advantage of it from it, because of at a lower price the sales will increase. It is advantageous to customers, but it is loss to sellers. Then if the price cut is matched by other firm, the increase of sales will be less, because of all the firms sells the one product at same price. The sales may be less. The effect of price reduction is movement down relatively less elastic demand curve, because of there is a more reduction in price from P1 to P2, but a less increase in sales of from Q1 to Q2. It is causes of uh, less elastic demand curve. Here it is one video about oligopoly.
Welcome to Calkine's educational series. The topic for today is oligopoly. What is an oligopoly? Oligopoly is a term used to define an industry, a specific market, or a company. It is a market dominated by a few players and can have many small players. This type of competition in the market is known as oligopolistic competition. A few enterprises dominate the market, often selling similar goods and services. Since only a few firms dominate an oligopoly market, competition is muted from smaller players. Firms in oligopoly gain significant market power, thus preventing other small players from flourishing or entering the market. Firms often replicate the behavior of each other and also recognize that action will likely provoke a similar response from other firms. In this way, firms also understand interdependence amongst each other in the oligopoly market. Now let's have a look at the characteristics of an oligopoly. Oligopoly has the following characteristics: entry barrier, price leadership, product differentiation, and increasing returns to scale. And what are the disadvantages of oligopoly? Since there are few firms dominating a market, the choice with consumer is relatively less. Secondly, by tactically responding to each other's move, a firm may act as a cartel and reduce output to raise prices. Thirdly, competition lacks in an oligopoly market and firms could make better consumer decisions making a complex price. Fourthly, when consumers are manipulated at a large scale, there could be a loss of economic welfare. And lastly, since there are high levels of barriers to entry, aspiring firms may not enter markets, thus lower competition and lower consumer benefits.